Well, this is falling again. This was going to be about Mutalisk micro, but my problem was I can see the difference, I can feel the difference, but I wasn't able to properly visually show the difference between the two as I could with some of my other videos. So I do consider this a bit of a failure. There is the Lelouch video, or I should say thread, that talks about the difference between moving shot and gliding shot. And so I'll link that, but I don't know, I just wasn't able to sort of physically demonstrate the difference. But one thing to note with this sort of moving shot, it doesn't actually affect the way units normally attack or move. So you can see actually magic box that way. And so we can just attack straight in, attack, move if we wanted. There's nothing stopping it. Even might go back a bit, come back in. All that good stuff. Or we can do Mutalisk moving shot, and so we get into one big group. And I'm not really good at this, but we'll try it. And coming in basically as one cohesive group and just pick off, and then we can just get out of there because we're moving extremely fast and just never slows down. Plus, as one big group, it's really hard to individually target them. So you get a little bit of this in StarCraft 2, but it's not nearly so. And I'm just gonna get out of here because all those Dim Marines would be kind of nasty. But going back to StarCraft 2, I don't know, you get the same grouping when you've got the Overlord, sort of, but it's always a little bit messy, and it's difficult to say exactly why. I don't know whether they always seem to move a little bit further past them than you want them to, even with a hold position. So I don't know if that's partly it. You know, it might partly be something to do with BattleNet latency. I'm not entirely sure. One weird thing is kind of their choice to really hide the glaive in comparison. Just it's really hard to see the Mutalisk attack, and I'm not sure what the decision on that was. Same with the Hydralisk for that part. It's really a sort of a cosmetic thing. But there's another cosmetic thing, and I'm gonna have to focus on cosmetic because I can't specifically break down what the part of the problem is. But the choice in the game to separate where it physically is and where it visually is a bit of an odd one. I hate when sort of people use the word unintuitive because it often is just used in place of I don't like it. But I think this is actually a proper use of the term, because it always kind of feels like Mutalisk micro or air micro is a little bit messy. It never quite goes where you want it to, and by what I mean by that is it's always like an inch or maybe 5 centimeters off from where you click to where it is, but actually it isn't because it's physically there. It just visually appears there. And so if separating where it physically is and it visually is, I think is what you could safely call unintuitive. And I guess most RTS, modern RTS, do that with their 3D games. But it's actually not necessary. Like, so you see the red line there, but this one I'm no longer focusing on. Does it look like it's on the ground? Does it look like it's no longer 3D? Like what would be the difference is if I was able to select it and I pointed from here to there, and it actually went from here to there rather than from here to there, being an inch above. It's a really cosmetic change, but I think it's part. I mean, the same thing with any sort of dropship play. It just feels really I don't know, messy, which is kind of a really imprecise term, and that's kind of why I feel this is a failure as a video is concerned. But the micro is just really I don't know, messy feeling or just really jerky. It just keeps on sliding past where you say it and it doesn't snap around. It doesn't have that same snap to it. I mean, I could be doing this wrong, admittedly. But if we go back to Brood War, I don't know, it just... Let's head over this direction, away from all those stim marines. In Brood War, you just were able to come in like a knife and just quickly pick off whatever you needed to do, and I already think, oh, that's really bad. And you can see my fail as going into that many turrets and marines is probably unideal, because what happens is the shot spreads, and so it's not getting picked off. So I suppose if I should have been actually right-clicking some of those stuff, but a good Mutalisk player, which I am not, could just go in, see that worker, snipe him, run away, and you hear the stim, and you get a little bit of that with StarCraft 2, but it's just not nearly so prevalent. So we're going to come in here and get out again. And it's just that speed. I think this is one of those things that just allowed the game to be as popular as it was. It's such a great spectator sport. Whoa. Just run in, pick off, run in, pick off. And again, though, you can easily just move in. That doesn't stop, so I'm just going to stop there. I don't know if that was helpful at all, but there it is.